What's up, guys, girls, gays, Gilgameshes? It's
Chrishmolish.
I see what you did there.
We're back for another podcast. Back with these goddamn movies. These gosh darn movies.
With the Oscar noms.
Them Oscar noms, and today for the Oscar noms, we're going to be talking about...
Oh, man. Sorry.
I can't say "oh man" already.
I didn't say that.
We're going to be talking about Nickel Boys, and we're going to be talking about I'm Still Here.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Both based on true stories. Well, not based on true stories. They are true stories. They are true events. Well, yes. I guess they would be based on true. When I hear based on true events, I usually think of movies where, like, yes, they were like they took this story, but they usually like change some things around.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's what true events means.
Yeah,
because they're just like, this wasn't a true
the Iron Claw. I would say that's based on true events because they left some stuff out.
Yeah. Where it's like, we want to say based on a true story, but if anybody knows what actually happened, they'll be able to check us and tell us it's not. Yeah, and that's what these are. I would say, if anything, from what we saw, I'm Still Here is probably a little bit closer than what Nickel Boys was.
It seems like Nickel Boys. I mean, you know what? We'll talk about that.
I guess
we'll talk about that.
Okay. Well, for all you listening at home, I hope you're ready to get into some nickels and some here.
Here?
I guess. I don't got anything. Some still. Yeah, get ready to get into some still, I guess. All right. So
I'm still here, Nickel Boys.
Sure, man. That'll work.
Nickel Boys, I'm still here. I don't know. I'm sorry.
So yeah, Nickel Boys. Just as a quick what this movie's about, because I didn't know what either of these movies were about before we got into them. Like literally nothing. So, Nickel Boys is a good old movie back in what was it, like the 60s, right? Yeah. About 60s. Two black boys, so you know what time it is. Two black boys in the 60s. You know what's going on here.
Yeah, man.
They end up in a little school. It's not. I mean, I guess it's a school.
It's like a boarding school type deal. But here's the thing: it's on a plantation.
Yep.
And it's like Wade said, it's in the 60s. Two black boys. You know what time it is.
You know it's about to go
segregation, baby. We're segregated, and because we're on a plantation, these boys gotta work.
These boys do gotta work.
I mean, they have to. Oh, because it was like a punishment thing. It was like
because he wasn't supposed to go there.
He wasn't supposed to be there. It was like so he got pulled over.
Yeah. Or should we just wait? I think we should probably just run through naturally.
Yeah, run through.
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll get to that part though. That was
we changed this podcast a lot. We changed the formula. Maybe we just talk about it.
Honestly, yeah. Let's just go for that because I ain't gonna lie. Running through these movies, especially Nickel Boys, is gonna be hard.
It takes a while.
So yeah, we can just do it like this.
And I don't have a lot of great notes. Like, I usually don't have a lot of good notes, but I don't have great notes on this one. Like, this one is it's all shot in POV, which is very interesting. It's a very interesting concept that puts you directly in the shoes, the eyes, the experience of this young man. What was his name? Sorry. Elwood. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm trying to see if I have his last name here.
Yeah, I'm about to look it up actually.
Our main boys are Elwood and Turner. That I can tell you.
Let me look it up real quick.
All right. Well, while you're looking that up, just to also add to the POV, that I feel like this is the thing of the movie that makes it the most Oscar baity. Is the fact that there's POV in it, and I don't mean this as a disrespectful thing to the movie, but I feel like aside from the POV, this movie doesn't really do anything new, or say anything new, as far as like black experience in the 60s.
In my opinion,
for some people.
I think because a lot of the movies that we've been watching, the Oscar movies, how many of them have been based on true stories? I feel like that is the Oscar bait. I feel like when you take the experience of a person and then turn that into media, I feel like that part is like the main Oscar baity. It is Oscar baity because of the POV, of course, because of the stylization of it. But other than that, it doesn't really do anything different. It doesn't really. Yeah. There were a couple scenes that I liked, but I think it's because the POV kind of helped.
Yeah, but it's like,
but if I'm trying to think on if it was a normal scene, if it was a scene that wasn't shot in POV, if it was shot like in a different perspective, I'm trying to think of if those would have helped the movie or not. For me, like I'm trying to think of if they were good scenes because they were shot in POV, or if they were good scenes.
I think it was. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was probably more POV. Mm-hmm. Because yeah, it's like other than that, the whole movie's pretty much just like, like if you don't do what you're supposed to, you get your ass beat. If you try to do something good, you get your ass beat. Yeah. Like I don't mean to like put it that black, like that simple, that black and white. But like that's just a simple rundown where it's like, okay, like we get it, but like nothing really different was happening. I guess at the end you get the little twisty twist, but that's really it. I do think some of the scenes, because it was POV, were kind of cool. Yeah. I don't remember the context of the scene, but the one where they were like in the city, they were looking up at the mirror.
That scene was nice. That scene was nice. Cool. That was one of those where I was like, oh man, that's a cool scene, especially since we're seeing everything in POV. Like we're seeing the reflection now. Now we're seeing our characters. Yeah. And he's still looking upwards. So like we're following them now. We're seeing and then it's like switches back to POV. My alarm's about to go off. Don't.
No.
All right, I stopped it.
Good catch.
Thank you. But what was I saying?
We were talking about the glass POV.
Yeah. That scene was very nice. Yeah. But it was because it was POV.
Yeah.
And I would like to say that was one of the scenes that I saw in the trailer.
I can imagine so. That does seem like a very trailer-y scene.
And I feel like it would have done better if it wasn't.
What, the movie would have done better if it wasn't?
I feel like that scene would have done better if I didn't see it in the trailer.
Oh, I see.
Because now I've been like, whoa, that like a little bit more, you know.
You've been surprised by it.
I've been surprised by it, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I'm trying to think about how we can just run this one down real quick. Like we said, like you mentioned earlier, so Elwood's just like he's a boy living in the 60s, black boy living in the 60s.
He's a good kid too.
He's a good kid.
He's smart.
We get like these like POVs of like his life through the years. It like time skips through. You see him like he's just a little kid. And he's like a little bit older of a kid and everything like that. Yeah. He gets accepted into this college called Melvin Griggs, and everybody's so excited for him. Woo! Elwood, he's gonna go to college.
He's gonna go to school. Oh my God, he's successful. He's one of those.
Yeah, and
he's one of those good ones.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah.
And one of those good ones.
One of those good ones. You know how they are.
Yeah. And yeah, he found somebody. He was like, I think he was like walking to the college.
Yeah, he was walking like on the highway. No, it wasn't like a highway. It was like a backwoods road. Yeah, he was just walking.
Back roads. Back road.
Yeah.
Yeah, same difference. But yeah. And like some random guy comes up and like says like, "Hey man, do you need a ride?" And like it's a black dude, so I think that gave him a little bit more trust. Yeah. And also, not to mention, like before this, we definitely saw like somebody like a pickup truck with a cross.
Yeah,
like,
and it was
driving across,
and it was dragging on the ground, and it was about to catch on. Like it was sparking.
It was sparking.
It was. Yeah, no, like that. So
yeah, I'm sure he was taking any trusting hand he could get, and he found one here. And the dude's like, he's driving, and they're talking a little bit. And the police, he knows there's a police, like, kind of do the whoop whoop behind him. Mm-hmm. He's like, all right, just like the driver tells Elwood, like, chill out, stay calm.
He's like, yeah, like you
keep your head down.
Like, do you know me? And Elwood's like, no. And he's like, all right, good. I'm gonna tell them that.
And also, this is another point where I thought the POV kind of failed because I thought,
yeah, Yeah, because he was looking down the entire time.
No, because he didn't look down the entire time. That's what I was gonna say.
He didn't look down the entire time?
Yeah. Because
you're right, he looked up.
Yeah, and that's why I thought it was gonna be cool, because I thought we were gonna just get all this like kind of visually
auditory.
With like maybe like only some like slight things that we would see in like his peripheral or something like that.
That would have been nice.
He just looked up. Yeah.
Wow, you should be a filmmaker.
Let's not go too crazy. But yeah, because he was like, because like the police are walking up, and the driver tells Elwood to keep his head down. And so, like, yeah, we're just looking at, like, you know, Elwood's, like, legs and, like, the dashboard more so. But, like, he just kind of looks at him anyways. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, guess we're not really going that direction like I thought we were. But, yeah, basically, the police were like, we've been looking for this car. We should have known it was one of you Negroes that took this car.
Oh man, he was like, "Did you steal it?" And he's like, "No, I didn't steal it." He's like, "You stole
it." And I wanted to be like, I don't think he stole it, but he seemed pretty shaken up about it. He might have. I think he did.
I'm gonna be honest. He didn't seem very. I understand. Like, he doesn't seem very trustworthy. We just met this man, but it kind of did seem like he stole that car. Yeah. In all honesty, it felt like he stole that car.
Yeah, like if he didn't, his, I mean, I don't know.
His demeanor was real.
I want to say, yeah, his demeanor, but also, like, it's a white police officer pulling up on a black man in the 60s. So I don't know how good your demeanor can be also.
That's also true. You know what? There's context.
Yeah, but, you know, Elwood's in the car with him, unlucky. So he gets taken away also. And then this is when they get taken over he gets taken to the reform school.
Nickel Academy.
Nickel Academy, baby.
Look it up.
Look it up. Look it up.
Look it up.
Look it up and prepare your ass.
I'm going to be honest. Like, if you're not going to watch the movie, just look up Nickel Academy.
And you'll get it.
You'll understand.
You will get it. And we're just going to kind of... I think we can just kind of summarize some of the events that happened at Nickel. Granted, this is pretty much the rest of the movie.
This is the rest of the movie. The rest of the movie does happen in Nickel Academy. And, like... a lot happens, but not a lot happens at the same time.
Yeah.
I feel like it may have been a pacing issue. It may have been a pacing issue. It may have been paced really slow.
Maybe.
It may not have been paced very well.
I don't even know if it's a pacing issue. I think this goes back to what you were saying about it being based on true events, where it's like, yeah, these are the events.
Right, yeah, and it's very subjective. Like, true events are... I mean, the experiences of one person are very subjective. So, like, you can only exaggerate what happens so much for someone to feel exactly how you felt. And even then, they're not.
Yeah, I mean, when I say it, I wasn't thinking more so the exaggeration part.
I mean, not exaggerate. I mean, I'm not saying that Nickel Boys exaggerates it, but it takes a little bit more like I mean, yeah, no. I mean, if you have if you have like these POV shots, if you have the music in the background, you are kind of exaggerating an experience for an audience.
Yes,
so they can understand, like, wow, that felt crazy, you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
But you can only do that so much for someone to really understand your own experience.
That's
you know what
true.
I mean?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Where it's like a little dramatized.
Yeah, yes, right? Dramatized.
But
thank you.
When I'm saying it's based off true events, it feels like in the most literal sense, where it's like a lot of these are just events, where it feels like these could have happened in any order. You know what I'm saying? It's just like this movie more or less would have stayed out the same. Like, other than Turner being in some of them and him not being in some of them, it feels like, aside from when they start working for that white woman, which we'll get into a little bit later, the unnamed white woman. Aside from that, it seems like a lot of this could have just been
out of order.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm just like. Yeah, these are events at Nickel, like, in the most literal sense.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
All fucked up though. Don't get me wrong. These are some fucked up things that these boys had to deal with.
Yes, absolutely.
I got a burp in here. Hold on.
Burp. Get it? Want me to burpee?
No, I'm trying to keep it as in as I can.
Okay. Better out than in.
That's what I always say.
Maybe we'll watch Shrek.
God help us all. Not for Shrek. I was talking about my thing.
Oh, I was like, oh, you don't want to watch Shrek?
No, Shrek's great.
Shrek is great. They got some pretty good transitions.
They do. Yeah. Oh my God. We gotta stay focused. But Shrek's transitions are like a fucking one, boy.
They're pretty good.
It's insane.
Go watch Shrek.
Go watch Shrek.
Watch Nickel Boys. But also watch Shrek.
Back to back, it's crazy work.
Yeah, no, that's insane. Don't do it back to back.
Don't watch Nickel Boys back.
I mean, if you're like that, do it.
That's a wild ass. Was it movie night right there? Jesus.
Both right. About limited rights.
Yeah, you got me there. Sure, if you got to pull some sort of parallel between the two, yep, there it is.
Yep.
The Nickel Boys to Shrek pipeline. Fuck. So where were we? Yeah. So the events at Nickel. So immediately when we pull up to Nickel, it's like some white kids also in the taxi or the cop car. It's one of the two.
I think it's a cop car.
Okay. Because it did have the grate. It had the grates, but like the dude that was in it wasn't like
he wasn't like uniform. Yeah, he wasn't like a cop.
That's why I wasn't sure.
May have been like. Yeah, he wasn't like an officer.
Yeah, like
but he may have been like a facilitator or something of some kind.
Yeah, it was some sort of wagon. Not a wagon. It was still like a car, but yeah. So yeah, it's like him and some white kids in the car, and the white kids are taken to one entrance, and the dude who's driving him, they tell Elwood like, "Hey, you stay right there," and then he goes around to the colored entrance. You know what I'm saying? As we all go to.
Yes.
And that's your first little tip that like shit's about to go down here at Nickel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's basically not even basically. It is just not even renovated, but it's slave cabins.
Yeah. Yeah, they were in slave quarters.
They were just in slave quarters.
Yeah, 110%. That's where the
oh, sorry, no. They were renovated. They did have beds. They did have beds.
They did have beds.
They did have beds.
They did have beds.
And a bathroom. They had showers.
Oh yeah, they did. Oh, they had a shower.
They had
a shower. All the kids were like just forced to like shower under one little shower head, and
they had maybe one bar of soap.
Maybe.
And they all had to shower at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's definitely
some of them's not getting the soap in the ass that they need.
Yeah.
It's just not happening. It's not possible.
And that's okay.
That's okay.
Sometimes you have limited soap.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
But yeah, so we get a little bit of that going. I might be skipping a little bit, but Elwood meets Turner.
No, I mean, like, the story does kind of... It does feel out of order, so it does feel like we're skipping events. But I think... I don't know. I think they were trying to hit, like, more core events than, like, just events, quote-unquote. I'm not sure. Because it did feel like we were skipping around a lot.
We were skipping around.
Mm-hmm. And I would like to mention in the beginning, like at first, the POV stuff, it felt very video gamey. It felt very NPC. Like everyone else kind of felt like we were just interacting.
Yeah.
Like they had dialogue that they said after our dialogue.
Yeah, I remember I described it. I was like, this feels like talking to like Oblivion NPCs.
Yes.
Where you just like they just stop what they're doing, turn to you and just start speaking.
Yes. And I will say that the POV stuff had to grow on me. But I think there were I think there were a couple scenes that did it well, more that did it better than other scenes. So we'll talk about those after.
Okay. But yeah, so we meet Turner at the lunch table, I believe. And like we said, we've been going through Elwood's POV like this whole time. And this scene where Turner and Elwood meet, they replay the scene after it's finished. They replay it, but this time you're from Turner's POV. So is this the first time we actually get to see what Elwood looks like? Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, Elwood's like dark skin. Turner's like light skin. That's the real like noteworthy difference. No disrespect, but just like as like notable differences. Turner's light skin, Elwood's dark skin. So yeah, they meet. We go back to Elwood's point of view, and he got knocked the fuck out because he was trying to stop. It wasn't even like a fight. It was like mugging some kid in the bathroom.
Yeah, they were just kind of roughing up a guy.
Yeah, like the student. Like this was a student thing. Like some students were mugging another student.
And Elwood wanted to be a hero.
Yeah, Elwood tried to be not Captain Save-A-Ho. This kid's not.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Captain America. You say Captain Save-A-Ho. Yeah. These kids ain't hoes.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's not a good word to use. But you get what I'm saying. He's trying to save the kid, and yeah, they knocked him the fuck out. And was it the superiors, the main people in charge at Nickel?
The house fathers.
Is that what they were called?
Yeah, you gotta you gotta say, you gotta do what your house father says. You gotta listen to your house father.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, they whipped the shit out of I was about to say Turner, out of Elwood.
Yeah,
they gave him the belt.
But it was in this room. They took him back at night, turned on this fucking mechanism that they
don't even know what it did.
I don't know what it was, but they had to hold on to it and not let go while they got whipped.
Yeah.
Insane work.
Like while Elwood was waiting his turn, he just heard the screams of some student like before him. I'm just like, Jesus. Yeah, they whipped the shit out of him. Because I think when there was another scene of him. Was it him or what? Damn it.
I thought I caught him.
I saw you moving quick too. But yeah, I think there's another scene. I'm trying to think if it was that previous shower scene where we saw like the whip marks on some of the kids' backs.
Yeah, it was that was previous to the shower scene was previous to Elwood getting
his shit whipped.
Getting his lashings.
But yeah, so Elle's in the little infirmary that they have over there for a little bit, and while over there, Turner, we're starting to switch between the two POVs a little bit.
Yep.
Turner meets up with Elwood's mom and grandmother. Yes, his nana, who was kind of like taking care of him before this. He was living at her house and everything when he was originally supposed to go to Melvin Griggs college. Excuse me, another burp. Sorry. But yeah, and Turner's meeting with Elle's nana. She's looking for Elle, obviously. I forget what Nickel told her to be like. Yeah, no, he's good. Some sort of lie.
They were just like, no, you can't visit him.
Right. like, oh, okay,
cool.
I can't see my grandson. Unlucky. And then they what is it?
They had this really cute scene where Nana gave Turner some mail or something like that, and Nana was saying like, well, I haven't hugged my it was how long has it been since you've had family visit you? And Turner was like trying not to say anything, but like trying to say like, ooh, it's been a while.
Really quick, don't mean to interrupt, but just as a quick caveat to that, Turner's from Houston, and Nickel is in like Florida. Just as a little, why he hasn't seen his family in a while. Yes. But yeah, sorry, continue.
And Nana was like, well, I haven't hugged my Elwood in a while, and so I guess I'll have to hug you. And then like they kind of like embrace, and Nana's like, that wasn't a real hug. Like, you got, come on, give me another one. Come on. Still didn't give her a real hug. And she said that she'll have to get one the next time. And it was very sweet. Yeah, no, it was just warm hearted. I like that scene. It was a nice balance to the shit we were rocking with.
What's missing? Nickel.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that happens. I believe Turner goes back to the infirmary, and he's trying to talk Ella this like revolutionary shit that he thinks Elwood's kind of getting into, where Elwood's just like, if I see something not right, I got to stand up for it. And Turner's basically just saying like, bro, you're just gonna keep getting your ass beat, and you're not making it, like, you're not gonna make a difference. You're just gonna keep getting whooped. You know what I'm saying? He's basically saying like, bro, you're just dying a martyr just to die a martyr.
Yeah.
Like, you will be getting nothing from this, which, you know, is a interesting conflict of interest. One that's, you know, a very common one that's brought up during talks of civil rights times and things like that, but still an interesting one, at least in my opinion. What else happens here? We forgot to mention that Turner's also like in his free time, like, what is he, like, trading fucking with stores?
I don't know.
Something like that with like one of his friends. He's a white friend.
Friend is,
or at least a white guy. But yeah, they like
comrade.
I was thinking comrade, but I don't know. That seems too friendly, also. But yeah, Turner and
they're cool with each other.
Yeah, but yeah, Turner and this guy, they kind of trade. I don't even know where they get these items from, but they trade them with like
beans.
Yeah, they trade them with local stores or whatever for like some of that moolah and everything. And after Elwood gets out the infirmary, he just starts helping Turner with that.
Yeah, they become closer. They start talking more. They start like hanging out and stuff. And then, Turner's like, "Hey, we need extra hands. Can we get Elwood?" And the like house father's like, "No, we need extra hands too." And he was like, "But like."
Now this, just to point out, this house father's different than the other one that whooped Elwood's ass. This one's like this is like the black guy that kind of. This house father's like the black man.
Yeah, he's because there has to be a black man in this kind of leadership role.
Yeah. To
kind of keep the peace, I guess.
Not even keep the peace. I guess that would be a way to word it. Just to be like, y'all really need to like.
Yeah, like buck up. Come on.
Yeah, like buck up. Like, I know that this shit sucks,
but like this is how we get out of here.
It's like either y'all do this or you get your ass whooped. I don't want to see you get your ass whooped, but I also can't stop you from getting your ass whooped.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so he's helping with that. Lord, this is when my notes start getting scarce. Also, like they're about to get non-existent, but now they're scarce.
Yeah. Mine are, like I said.
Yeah, this
good.
This is when Turner and Elle are helping this miscellaneous white woman with like housework and everything like that. They're like helping her like paint her porch and everything, and she's like, "Oh, thank you so much," and everything. And like, I don't even remember which one of them. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm a little burpy right now. It's crazy.
I know I need to get you back, bro.
Shit. But yeah, fucking, I don't remember which one of them, but one of them was like, bro, don't listen to her. Like, we got like, bro, just, I don't even say thank you. Basically.
It was probably
I want to say it was Turner.
I want to say it was Turner,
but I don't remember. And I have on here that another time skip, so I'm assuming that this is when we get our first time skip to adult Elwood. Mm-hmm. And he's got his own place and his own boo thing with him. So we got up out of nickel.
Yes.
Some way, somehow. We got up out of
nickel. We're good.
And what was it? He's like researching nickel in his free time, future L. And he's like going through and seeing like all the misdeeds and everything like that. He's just like, this is what it's kind of like consumed him in a way, because you can see his girl's like bro, relax.
Like, are you still?
Yeah, like, you're still doing this. And we're just getting those scenes every now and again. It's basically that until the end of the movie. We get those kind of scenes of him researching good old nickel. I think it was like 20-ish years in the future, something like that.
Yeah, it
15,
was
20.
The skip was. Oop, didn't write down. The skip was. I want to say 20 or 30.
Okay, yeah.
I want to say.
Yeah, no, because I remember it was something about
It happened in the 60s.
Yeah, it happened in the 60s, and when they future skipped, I remember they said something about like a 1976 car in one of the radios. So I guess it would be like roughly 15-ish years, but that doesn't line up right. I don't know. It was something.
It was a couple years.
It was some years.
It was some years.
Double digits years. Minimum.
Double digits. It was absolutely double digits.
Yeah.
We're good at reviewing movies, guys.
We are. We're so good at this. Trust. So yeah. So here's another random event that kind of happens. This is close to Christmas time at Nickel, and they're having like a little box tournament. I guess it's a little bit before Christmas, but whatever. It's not even a tournament. I think it's just a match, and a bunch of people have like money set on the different fighters. I think it was. I don't remember what the guy's name. It was like a black student versus a white student, and one of the house fathers. His name is Mr. Spencer. He's the white one. This is the guy that beat the shit out of Elwood earlier. He basically gets the one of the students by himself, and gets the black student that's gonna go box, and he tells him like, "You're taking a dive in the second round." I think. Yeah.
And he's like, He's like, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
You're going to lose the fight.
And the only reason we know this, because keep in mind it's a POV movie, so Elwood and Turner were like kind of.
They were in their little spot.
Yeah.
Like it's like a little hiding spot, but it wasn't very hidden.
Yeah, they weren't like hiding on purpose. They just happened to be there when it happened.
Yeah, it was like a barn.
Like that. Yeah, it was a barn.
Yeah.
So lo and behold, the day of the fight comes up. You know, you got the black student versus the white student. I don't remember names. I don't think the white student even had a name.
No.
But yeah, to sum it up, good fight, but black student won.
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to. He thought it was the second round.
Allegedly.
He allegedly thought it was only the second round. It was the third round, and he won the match. Yeah, he won this was the scene that this was one of the scenes that I actually enjoyed, because like Turner was kind of like he was hitting the I think the ring, because they were close. He was like hitting the ring or something like that. He was like getting into it. Like he was like, I'm pretty sure his knuckles were like bleeding at one point. And like Elwood's like yelling at him. He's like, Turner, this isn't the match. And I don't really know what it meant. Like I don't know where we were going, because also there were a bunch of alligators.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the alligators.
Like around the movie, there were alligators just like in scenes. I think they may have been dream sequences. I don't know, but this felt like one of those alligator scenes. It felt like an alligator scene. But I really like that scene. The way that the POV helped with that one, and that was the scene that I'm thinking like, did the POV help it because it was POV, or like was the scene good because it was POV, or was it a good scene?
I see. I thought you were gonna bring up the part when the student that was boxing, because he was trying to yell and tell like Mr. Spencer, because Mr. Spencer was out.
Ooh, that scene was beautiful. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then it quiet, and then it just went silent
because he was yelling like. Because he just saw Mr. Spencer walk away, and he was trying to like plead his case. Like, I thought it was a second round. Because I think I might have said he was supposed to take a dive in the second round. He's supposed to take a dive in the third round or something like that.
No, he was supposed to take a dive in the no.
Right.
I think he was supposed to take a dive in the third round.
Yeah.
But he thought it was the second round.
Allegedly. And he's yelling at Mr. Spencer like, I thought it was a second round, please. And Mr. Spencer's not even like...
He's like, I didn't know.
Yeah. And then it just like, everything like... Because everybody's yelling and everything from the fight. And it just goes like... And like, there's just like no sound. And you just hear him just go like, I didn't know. He either says like, I didn't know, or I thought it was a second round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all the sound comes back, and it's very overwhelming. And it's like, ooh.
Yeah.
No, that scene was that one.
Yeah.
That one was good. That one was good. And
Yeah.
I can tell you, it was not because it was POV, because that scene was not even.
Yeah, that's
POV.
what I was gonna say. It wasn't that. Some of that wasn't POV. Right.
That was just a good scene.
Yeah.
That was just a beautiful scene.
That was probably yeah, like my favorite scene in the movie, and it wasn't POV. Ain't that about a bitch?
Interesting.
So yeah, here's where my notes become literally non-existent. So I just know it was Christmas time. Do you have any? Because if not, then I'm just gonna go straight to like the end. So do you have anything between that and the end?
No.
All right. To the end of the movie we go. So
some people are coming to Nickel to check in. It's like an audit. I think it was exactly that. I think it was like exactly an audit.
Yeah.
Inspection audit.
Yeah.
Excuse me. To audit Nickel Academy, so everyone has to be on their best behavior. They're getting ice cream. They're like they getting treated well, you know what I'm saying? Like today.
Only today.
Today. So Elwood has been journaling this entire time and has written everything down, his entire experience down in a book, down in his journal. And he wants to give this journal to the auditors. But he can't because the friend, the white friend, I guess.
The white friend of Turner.
The white friend of Turner asked Elwood to do something in a barn or something like that. Away from the like way away. And Turner's like, no, I can get you the book. I can give it to them.
Yeah.
I can give them the book. And he does.
Yep.
And and it was interesting because before that they had like an argument. Oh my God! This was the scene. This was the top down scene.
Oh,
this was the top down scene because Elwood thought he saw Dr. Martin Luther King in the street.
Oh my
God! And it was a fucking cutout.
Yeah,
it was a cardboard cutout.
Yeah. Jesus, he was ready to risk it all over this damn cutout.
He ran across the street, almost got hit by a car, dropped his journal, all for a cardboard cutout.
Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King, there he is.
And Turner's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You dropped your journal, man. And like, and that's when Elwood explains that he has been writing everything down. They got into a little spat because Turner previously was talking about like how to escape Nickel, and he said you can't take anybody with you because they'd only die or ruin your chances, hold you back, be dead weight, and they were talking about getting rid of Nickel. The only way, there's another way of getting out of Nickel, is to destroy Nickel.
Destroy.
You have to use Nickel to destroy Nickel.
Yeah.
And he wrote everything down in his journal. He's trying to get it to the auditors. I know I took a little detour. You get it to the auditors, and now I think it is the end. I think we are preparing to
run away,
to leave Nickel.
Yeah,
we're running from Nickel, dude. Elwood.
Elwood and Turner.
Elwood, Turner, running away from Nickel. We going. We leaving. We going. We going. We going.
I'm trying to remember how it even started.
I'm trying to think too.
Because I remember like the middle and end of them getting away. I don't remember how it started. Sometimes I think that we should have the movie in the background and we can go to certain scenes. You know what? That would be a good idea. That's a great idea. That's a good idea. We should do that. Yeah, write that down for. Yeah. Write that down. Yeah. Next podcast, we gonna have some shit for y'all. Ooh, next podcast.
Wait a minute, not Next podcast, that's the Brutalist. The Brutalist is 3.5 hours long, guys.
Yeah, to all the people who are making these Oscar movies, these Oscar bait movies, you don't have to make them this fucking long. You really don't.
You really don't.
I swear to God, you don't.
You don't.
What's wrong with y'all?
I'm gonna be honest. It's probably the reason that the people didn't watch your movie.
Yeah, anybody trying to see all that shit?
To be honest,
shit too goddamn long. I got shit I gotta do.
For real.
You got me over here watching fucking how long? Fucking 2 hours and 21 minutes of Nickel Boys. You got me watching 2 hours and 17 minutes of I'm Still Here.
I gotta make dinner, yo.
Right. I gotta go feed my fucking daughter, yo.
Yeah.
Shit.
Wait, gotta feed his fucking daughter.
Yeah.
Gotta feed my niece.
Daughter, you hungry? Yeah. See?
I'm hungry, Daddy.
Shut the fuck up and watch How It's Made. Sorry. All right.
Oh, Wade Jr.
Oh, Wade Jr. Daughter Wade Jr.
Yeah, your daughter.
She's Wade Jr. even though I'm Wade Jr.
Yeah. Yeah, your daughter's Wade Jr. Jr.
I was literally about to say Wade Jr. It's like, Dad, I'm hungry. Shut up, Wade Jr. Jr. That's enough from you. Fucking. Okay, wait. We gotta get back.
How did we leave Nickel? I'm putting on Nickel Boys.
Okay, well, while he does that, so yeah, basically they did escape. While he tries to figure out how the beginning happened, I'm gonna tell you the middle and the end.
How the beginning? No, I'm telling you how we escaped.
Yeah, I meant the beginning of the.
Oh, okay.
The beginning of the escape.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna tell you the middle and the end. Basically, they run in, and did they find bikes or did they? Fuck! Look at me not remembering shit.
They took the bikes from the white lady. They took it from the porch. That's how we escaped. That's how we escaped. That's how we escaped.
That's right.
I don't even need to put it on no more.
And they were biking. Keep in mind, Elwood's still like reeling from like injuries of the past, so he's not really like.
Oh, because he was in the hot box. He was in the sweat box.
Fuck! God damn,
he was in the hot box.
He was in the sweat box
because they found out that Nickel was getting shut down, and they were like, Elwood did it.
Yeah,
like Elwood. It was Elwood's book, and they put him in the sweat box.
And the sweat box is basically like a room in the attic of Nickel, and that's where the sun is like beaming down.
That's obviously where it's like horrible. They call it hell.
Yeah,
like the kids call it hell.
Sweat your fucking soul out of you, I believe was the quote.
Yes,
minus the fucking, but still. So yeah, he was in that sweat box, and so Turner gets him out the sweat box, I believe. And yeah, he's like, bro, we gotta go. It's like, it's now or never. We gotta fucking go.
Yeah.
And
he's like, he's like, no, we gotta go. He's like, I can't move,
like, brother, I can't. And like, yeah, Elwood's doing his best. I mean, it takes him a minute to be able to get up. Like, cause like Turner's just like, we gotta go. It's now or never. We gotta go. And Elwood's just like,
like he's doing bad.
Yeah. So yeah, eventually they're getting away on the bikes. They're what is it? They're pedaling away and everything. They're like, we did it. We're getting away from Nickel. And then one of the fucking, we see a car pull up, and then and Turner's fucking face drops. Cause like he looks back and yeah, you see Turner's fucking face just flush.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, we gotta go.
We have to go.
We have to go."
They cut a corner.
Yeah, they cut a corner like into a field.
Yeah, and they can't ride in the field, so they start running.
Yeah, and they're running, and keep in mind, obviously Turner's like a lot more ahead than Elwood is because Elwood's fucking, that man's gone. You know what I'm saying? He's out of it. And the guys in the guys in the car, they just simply like, they don't even like take the car. I mean, they don't even take the car out into the field. They just pull up to the side.
Yeah, no, they don't. They pull up to the side
and
get a alligator rifle because it's Florida.
It is Florida. And you just hear pow. And I think this goes to Turner's POV.
It goes straight to Turner's POV. Elwood is shot down.
Yeah, Elwood is capped. And yeah, Elwood has passed. Elwood has unfortunately not made it.
And now we are seeing Turner like booking it. Like he's gone. Like he's absolutely like he escaped.
Yeah,
he escaped. He goes all the way to Elwood's grandmother. He goes all the way to Nana and gives her a real hug.
A real hug.
And
that's also kind of when Nana kind of gets the whatchamacallit, the Iggy that, like, you know, her son didn't make it. Her grandson didn't make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also through here, this is when we realized that Future Elwood,
yeah,
is actually Turner.
Turner the whole time.
He's kind of like, did he like take his name?
Yeah, he took his name and everything. And you kind of get hinted, like, it was kind of like, I wouldn't say obvious, but you could kind of see that something was up, because the whole time whenever they showed Future Elwood in quotation marks, the POV was different. It was in third person.
Yeah, you never saw
his
Future
face.
Elwood's face.
Ooh, also, there was this scene before all of this, where they were in a bar. Future Elwood was in a bar,
yeah, that's what I was about
and he
to touch
meets
on.
up with one of the guys that was Chicky Pete is his name.
Holy shit,
Chicky
yep.
Pete. He meets up with Chicky Pete, who was like one of the jokesters of Nickel Academy.
One of the jokester students.
And they get a drink and they start talking. And this was before we see like their escape. And they start talking about it, and Chicky Pete's like, yeah, what happened to that one kid you used to run with? And like Elwood kind of like gets like, he kind of gets
yeah,
okay, and that was before it was revealed, and I really wish I remembered that scene before we did the whole reveal, but it was a good scene. That was one of my favorite scenes.
Okay, yeah, that was a good scene. I think it ran a little long, personally, that scene, but yeah, no, it was good, and that kind of like tips you off to like what might be going down, which does go down.
Yeah, you know that supposedly Turner dies.
Yeah,
but
and yeah, that's pretty much how we go off with the Nickel Boys. Yeah, I think we gave most of our big thoughts like as we talked about it, but just to summarize, I guess, because I also have these final notes that I can go off here. At the time, I said it's a pretty movie. I still don't feel like some of the POV was used to. Excuse me, sorry. I don't think some of the POV was fully used to like its best potential. I even wrote here that it felt scattered, where it's just like events at times. Some of the dialogue ran a little long. But yeah, that's kind of what I mainly had with the movie. Oh, I did write here that I thought at some points it was like satisfying, like sensory wise, if that makes sense. There was a scene, I don't even remember where this happened in the movie, where we're looking from Elwood's point of view again, and like his mother's like just like talking, and she's like cutting a cake, and like the way she's cutting it and everything is like very like detailed and zoomed in, and the way she's like scraping the icing off of it.
That was after he got arrested.
Taken. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and she was explaining that that was Nana. That was when she was explaining that her father, I think, it was either her father or her husband or something like that. Yeah, got arrested for some stupid shit.
Yeah, because she was basically saying like you can't
stop it.
Yeah, it just happens.
Like it happens. It happens to the best of us. All you can do is live.
But yeah, I thought that was a very like visually satisfying scene. There was a couple others like that was just the main example that I could think of.
I ain't gonna lie, that was a good scene.
Yeah.
Top 3 scenes: cake, boxing. Yeah, cake, boxing, bar.
Ah, okay, got you.
I was gonna say the reflection, but I saw it in the trailer.
Yeah, I'll put the reflection up there, me personally.
Put the reflection.
But yeah, I think that's my main final notes, as far as, or my final thoughts, I should say. What you got, sir?
Yeah, no. As much as I thought it was interesting putting the audience like directly in the shoes of, or the experience of, these people, like I thought that was very well done. But I don't know. It felt a lot of times it felt very NPC, and I think it takes me away from a lot of it. POV movies rarely do things right where it doesn't feel dizzy, you know. This one doesn't feel dizzy at all.
I was going to say I didn't get any dizziness.
I didn't get any dizzy from this, which I enjoyed. I could watch this movie. You know, it was a watchable movie. Yeah, I don't know if the surrounding characters just felt very NPC. I didn't get to know a lot of them. They didn't have real personalities. Like they were just really in the back, and I guess that's how background characters work.
But yeah, they were definitely like one character trait.
Yes,
kind of characters where it's like you're the bully, you're the funny one.
Actually, yes. Yeah. Yes. They were very describable.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it when I enjoyed it.
And you know what? That is completely fair. 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. 6 nickels out of 10 boys. But R.I.P. Elwood.
R.I.P. Elwood.
And Nickel, y'all fucked up. That shit was crazy.
That insane.
Like some of the fucking reports that he was reading when he was reading, it was like all the fucking dead bodies that they found under it and shit. Ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. You writing down the score?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right, and while you do that, we're gonna go ahead and get a little comfy. Because it's time.
I see what you did. We're gonna get a little comfy.
I'm gonna be real. I don't even know what I did.
Because I'm still here.
Oh yeah, no, that was what I was gonna do. I just didn't think there was as much nuance to it as you picked up on.
Oh, I mean,
but no, I'll take it. I'm goated, guys.
Yeah, he's goated, man. With the sauce.
With the sauce. I'm still here, baby. 2 hours, 17 minutes of a family that did their best, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm still here. This one's about a. I'm gonna be real. I couldn't follow some of the stuff that happened. We'll get into why as it happens, but it's basically about a family whose father gets taken into government custody, and basically the repercussions of that, on like how that affects the family, and
more specifically the mother.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I just say the family in general, just because.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like the mother's just kind of our protagonist. Obviously, she deals with a lot more of it because she's the closest. Yeah. The closest relative of him. Well, I don't know about relative, but you know his closest person that they can get in contact. That's not him. So yeah, movie opens up. We're in Rio, 1970. I'm gonna be real. The opening had me worried. I was worried from this opening because I was like, shit is skipping. We're going around. Yeah. I'm like, fuck. This movie's in Spanish.
Portuguese.
Portuguese. This movie's in Portuguese.
Because they're in Brazil.
They are in Brazil. You're right. Oh yeah, actually. Now that I'm thinking about some of the subtitles and writings on some of these newspapers and shit.
On the wall.
But yeah, so I'm like, fuck, this movie's in fucking Portuguese, and I gotta really like lock into some of these words and shit. And I even wrote here, I was like, did we time skip at one point? I don't think we did. We didn't.
This one was a little hard to keep up with.
A little bit.
Both
Mostly
of
at
these
the
were.
beginning.
I'm gonna be honest. Nickel Boys and I'm Still Here were a little hard to keep up with.
I think it's because it was first watch, and also I really didn't know what I was getting to with either of these movies like at all. Mm-hmm. So I think that kind of fucked me up a little bit. But yeah, we open up Rio. It's like a big family, big happy family. I want to say they have like, was it 4 or 5? How many? 4 of them? 4. Wait, 5.
5?
It was the brother. I mean, it was the younger brother.
Younger sister.
Eliana. 5. It was 5 because it's the one that went to London.
One in London.
The Eliana, that was the second oldest. Nato, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
The one with the curly hair.
Yeah.
The one whose tooth fell out.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought the one with the curly hair. I'm gonna be honest. In the beginning, I didn't think she was related.
Yeah, because I mean, she doesn't. She stands out more than the others.
I thought she was like a family friend, or a cousin.
I did too. She doesn't look like the other ones. At least the other ones kind of look similar. She doesn't look like any of the other ones. But yeah, so it's like 5 kids, mother and father, big happy family. They found a dog. They were out on the beach celebrating one
of their birthdays.
No, I think they were celebrating. Fuck yeah! It was they were either celebrating a birthday, or was this when they were celebrating the oldest one leaving to England? Or was that a later celebration? They did a lot of celebrating at the beginning of this.
That was a later celebration because the older sister wasn't there yet.
Okay. Yeah, so they're celebrating one of the siblings' birthdays. They're out on the beach. They're all having a good time. One of the younger kids, I think it was the younger brother. I think his name's Marcelo. I'll try to keep up these names. There's Marcelo. A lot of names here. So Marcelo finds a dog on the beach, and they're like, "Can we keep it?" He comes up to his dad. He's like, "Can we keep it?" And Dad's like, "Get the fuck out of my face."
Yeah, what'd your mom say?
What'd your mom say?
She said, "Come ask you." And she didn't. They did not ask the mom.
But they eventually ended up keeping the dog. The dog was named, like, what was it? Pimpao?
Something.
It was something like that. Cute dog. Very quiet dog at the beginning. But
oh, cute.
Yeah. So yeah, that's happening. They found a dog at the party. We cut to, like, this was when the oldest one was, like, with her friends and shit. Mm-hmm. And they're in a car having a good time, and they get pulled over by
Smoking
like
a little doobie.
You said what?
Smoking a little
doobie. Smoking a little. I was gonna say a little ditty pack. That's not what you want.
What? What's up with you?
Like I thought of it without realizing the implications of what ditty pack would mean.
They're smoking marijuana.
Yeah, yeah. And
it's the 70s and they're hippies.
They get pulled over by like a little like FBI or police camp. They're like looking for a terrorist that kidnapped the Swiss ambassador? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And fucking they're trying to be like, bro, we don't fucking know, like, but they're like real aggressive with it, obviously. Yes. They're like, get the fuck out the car. He's like, I'm getting out. He's like, get the fuck out the car.
Yeah, no, for real.
And shit like that. I mean, they get out of it fine, but it's just like, dude, and like when she gets back, she has to tell her mom about it. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, I don't know. I'm getting lost in my own notes. But I thought you were about to say something. My fault.
No, I took off my glasses.
So yeah, I think. Oh yeah, this is a crazy gap here. The fam's wants to build a new house. Also, I know that's a crazy little jump between things that are happening.
It's really not though.
But yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's also just what's happening. They want to build a new house. You see that they have like plans for it, like a little blueprint, and they're having fun out in the area that they're gonna build the house in, and everybody's having a good time. You really can get the sense of like, damn, this family's up right now. You know, we're all having good times. We're all laughing. Excuse me again, and we're just living life. You know what I'm saying? I hope this doesn't change. Yeah. So yeah. We also, this is when you start to get like, I mean, I guess you could already kind of get a little bit of it, but this is when you start to get like kind of vibes that the father's into something shady a little bit.
Yeah, he has his work.
Yeah, his work, quote unquote, whatever that fucking means. Fuck, I lost where I was. Give me 1 second. Okay, yeah, getting into something shady, and then this is when we get the news that the oldest daughter is moving out to England, right? England, yeah. I had America here. And then I crossed it out and I put England here.
Yeah,
because you told me.
Yeah, no, because they were talking about getting an English boyfriend. And yeah, it was like they were talking about John Lennon, and I was like, oh, that's probably England. And then, yeah. Also, the Swiss ambassador came back.
Yep.
For 70 people.
70 political prisoners.
People? That's a lot of people.
Yeah. In exchange for 70 political prisoners, the Swiss ambassador gets released. So that's good, I guess. And this is also when... So they did have the little celebration for the oldest one moving to England. Mm-hmm. And afterwards, she sent a little video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just being like, hi guys, this is my time in England. It's so great here. Look at this. All the houses look the same.
Except for all the doors.
Except for the doors. Like, yeah, but she's living it up.
Do the Beatles thing. Look.
Yeah, and then she did the walk.
The Beatles thing.
And this is when this is kind of actually when the movie starts. So like I said, we just kind of been like happy little family. Everybody's having a good time. We're celebrating. We have friends and family over all the time. Woo! And then some congressmen in quotation marks show up. Yeah, that's what they call themselves. They call themselves congressmen. But yeah, they showed up to take the dad away, and everybody was like, "What the fuck?"
No, for real.
And so, yeah, and he's like, okay, I'm just going to go with them. I'll be back soon. Like, don't worry about it. and they take the dad away. And you realize, like, oh, the congressmen are staying also. Like, they're staying at the house. They're not leaving. And it's like, oh, this is getting a little, like, what the fuck is going on here?
What the hell?
What the hellion,
What the heliante?
But, yeah. And they're like, yeah, you guys can't leave. You guys can't leave the house while we're doing this. And I remember it was funny because the second oldest daughter, Eliana, she was out with her friends. I think she was playing ball or something like that.
Yeah, they were out and she came in because she was like, I gotta get the ball. And they were like, you can't leave.
The congressmen, they were like, well, now that you're in, you can't leave. And she's like, but my friends are waiting for me with the ball. They were just like, unlucky, bro. Like, you walked
she was
in.
like, but I'm the one with the ball.
Well, it's like, yep, you're stuck in the house now. It's basically like a little prison. You guys are just stuck in here. So I believe a little bit. Like I said, they're all just stuck in here.
Man, and I'm hungry. Sorry.
We can. You're good.
Can I get an apple or something?
Go. Actually, no. We can just take a quick little break. I can put a little indent right here.
Nah, you know what? We can finish. We
can
finish. Yeah.
Okay. Fuck. Where was I? The guys are sticking around at the house.
Next podcast, I'm gonna eat an apple. I'm gonna eat an apple right in front of you guys.
Oh.
And you're gonna enjoy that.
In the pod, in the fucking mic.
Not directly in the mic.
Okay. Well, look forward to that in the next podcast. Damon's gonna eat a fucking apple right in the shit.
Yeah.
Right in there. Fuck, where were we? Oh yeah. So they're all trapped in the house, and the second oldest, Eliana, and the mother, I have her name somewhere in here, Eunice. That's the mother's name, Eunice.
Eunice.
Eunice. Yeah, I think that's actually exactly what it is. I said Eunice. Eunice and Eliana are taken to questioning in this random ass area. They had to put bags over their heads. Well, not bags, hoods. The classic black hood where it's you don't get to see where we're taking you.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had to put those on. And Eunice is held there for a decent amount of time because she's asked some questions. The government guys are they show her some pictures of people. They're like, do you know this? Do you know this person? Do you know this person? And she'd be like, I'm not saying anything until my husband's here, but also, yes, I know that person. And it's
yeah.
I'm like, why would you do it like that? I mean, I guess you're taken in by the moment. but still. And she's like, I just want to see my daughter, because they kind of they didn't get split up necessarily, because like the daughter was just in the hallway, but you know, they don't really get to interact with each other a whole lot. But there was like a nice soldier man who was in there with her, who was like taking her in between the questionings, and he would just be like, yeah. And she'd be like, how long am I in here? He'd be like, and she'd be like, how long am I in here? Where's my daughter and everything? And he was like, I ain't gonna lie, you've been here for like 5 days.
Your daughter.
But your daughter was here for like 1.
Yeah, like your daughter gone. Yeah. You are gone. You're still here.
Now, obviously, it's like, how much can you trust that? But when you're in a case like that, like, you pretty much only have his word to go off of, really. Yeah, oh yeah, I do have the cool guy in here. That's the guy who gets given her all the info. So yeah, she gives them a little bit more info, because they're like, you know, they basically every day they're just asking her, who's this person? Do you know this person? And things like that. And every now and again she's like, yeah, I know this person, And one of them was like one of her kids' like math teacher or something like that. And it was like some like your math teacher's son like provides like crazy like information or something, like it was crazy.
This is a good time to mention that these people are all being accused of being communists.
Yes.
Not just terrorists, communists.
Yeah.
Red Scare, baby.
Red Scare indeed. You gotta love it.
We hate those damn commies.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Fucking So yeah, eventually she gets sent back home, and all the kids are like, "Mommy,
yeah,
finally." What does this shit say?
What does it say?
So yeah, she's finally sent back home, and this is kind of when she starts to lock into her husband's investigation and everything like that. She's starting to like help it, but isn't making a whole lot of progress. Like either it's just like a lot of people telling her that they don't know things, or they're just being like straight up like, no, like I'm not telling you anything. Just for context sake, her husband's name, because I just now have it, is Rubens. That's also something to keep in mind. So,
Burp.
Hold on. There it is. Jesus,
man, you gotta let those out.
Fucking baby, man. I'm getting them out as soon as they come out. They just keep fucking happening, bro. But yeah, so Eunice is helping with Ruben's investigation. Isn't making a lot of progress. Damn. This is me. Sorry, I was just reading. I was like, damn. Okay, this is moving fast. This is when the dog got ran over.
Yeah, the dog guys. And okay, I would like to say this is a PG-13 movie. Mm-hmm. And the dog death was like the body of the dog was like awful.
Yeah, no, they did little nigga gruesome.
It didn't look as bad as like a horror movie would do, like guts everywhere, but it looked like a dead dog.
I mean, part of his body was flattened by a tire.
Yeah,
like, you saw that.
I mean, yeah, I saw that. But yeah, no, it was like dead dog. It felt very like, damn, what the fuck? Like,
they got away with some shit for a PG-13 movie.
They showed boob.
There was nudity. Yeah, there was nudity in this movie. We saw. I keep wanting to say Eunice. We saw Eunice's fucking her boob and her butt. Shit crazy.
PG-13? PG-13 my ass.
My fucking ass, nigga. What the fuck? I really don't know shit about like what can get away with what with these damn movies,
I guess PG-13 like it is a foreign film as well, so I guess PG-13 means something different down there.
I guess. But anyways, so Eunice is she's still like, trying to help with Ruben's investigation and shit. And this is where I say I get a little bit lost with like the more complex things of his investigation. And I think this is partially because I had to it was subtitled, so I had to read and take notes, so I might have missed some information. But she eventually talks to the teacher that was mentioned earlier. Mm-hmm. She talks to her, and the teacher basically gives proof of
Ruben's being arrested.
Yeah, gives proof of Ruben's being arrested to Eunice. But the trouble that I'm having is I don't know what
the proof was.
Yeah, I don't know what that was proof for. You know what I'm saying? Because she was happy that Ruben's got arrested. It was
proof because she kept in order to prove if he was like still alive or dead or like she had to prove that because the police kept saying that he was not arrested.
Actually, yes.
So she had to find proof of his arrest or him being in the facility.
Yeah, that's what. Okay,
being held.
Because she didn't know, like you said, she didn't know if he was alive or dead, where he was, or anything like that. And he was like, "But you arrested him," and the police were like, "No,
no, we didn't."
Yeah,
and they're like, and it's like, "All right, well, show me the records." There are no records.
It's like, but you make the records,
right? It's like paper trail is a bitch.
It really is. It really is. It's crazy that like you can really just like take someone away, and everybody's just like, "Hey, give him back," and they're like, "Give who back?" Like, it's crazy that you can just get away with that. But that's what they did. Yeah, but that's what they did until Eunice got the proof that Rubens was arrested. And I believe she takes this to like, I don't remember who she takes it to. She takes it to some government peoples. You know what I'm saying? And eventually they get back to her and they're like, "Bro, we found Rubens." And she's like, "Oh my God, let's go." And they're like, "Yeah, he's dead."
He's dead. Here's his death certificate.
Yeah, here's his. Well, she doesn't get the death certificate yet.
Not yet.
She gets that. That's a little milestone there, but yeah, and Eunice is told that Rubens is killed in combat, quote unquote.
Yeah,
that also confused me because I'm like, now what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I think that was I don't know. That was definitely a lie.
Yeah, like a cover up.
Yeah,
and that's what I was gonna say. I think it was a cover up.
But like, it was such a like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
And like, shit was already fucked because like, you know, the whole house is basically under surveillance, government surveillance, like all this time. Mm-hmm. Like, there were like people inside and outside the house. Like when the dog got ran over, like Eunice was like pissed off at like some of the government officials that were outside the house because like they could have did something about it.
They could have done something.
Like they could have been like, bro, like you saw our dog like out in the street. At first, I thought they were insinuating that they ran over the dog, and I was like, damn,
that's fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, like, what the hell? Like, you guys are just holding us captive and you killed our dog? Like, but yeah, so, like, they're all around the house. And so shit's fucked, basically. And after Eunice hears that Rubens has been killed or is at least dead, that's when, like, you know, we really start to lose some steam here. The house that they were working on,
done.
We're done with that. That's
gone.
Yeah, the new house, gone. That
dog, gone.
Fucking what's her name? The oldest sister. Oh, I have her name right here. It's not Vera. That's what they called her, but that's not her full name.
Veronica or something, right?
It was like Veroka.
Yeah.
I think it's exactly what it was. I'm kind of clean with it right now.
Kind of cooking. You know movies, bro.
I know
the new movie man.
I'm the movie man. Ask me a movie thing.
Who's the director of The Seventh Seal? Here, I'll look it up.
Okay.
For you.
Okay.
And then
I'll tell you.
And then you'll tell me.
Okay. Well, while he's looking it up, I'm just gonna sit here and just use the inner machinations of my mind.
Yeah.
Yep. I already know who it is. Who is it? Quentin Tarantino?
Fuck no. You're funny.
Jordan Peele?
No.
Wait, what's the first letter of your name?
I.
My mind's only thinking Isaac Newton.
Holy shit!
Yes, there he is.
Oh my
god! Imagine Dragons.
We'll take it.
Yeah, there it is. Creator of the Seventh Seal, Imagine Dragons. Director of the Seventh Seal. You're welcome, guys.
Thank you. Wade.
Who is it actually?
Ingmar Bergman.
I was literally never going to get that in my whole life. Who is that? I never heard that name.
Yeah, of course you haven't.
Fuck you.
I mean, like, what?
What?
Bro, I have still yet to show you the Seventh Seal.
Fair.
Like, It's one of my favorite movies, by the way.
Does that mean we have to watch 1 through 6 of the Seals?
Yeah.
Damn. Well, that'll be a series coming up later, the Seal series.
Yeah, I mean, not really. I mean, the 7th one isn't really connected to the whole series, but I mean, it's kind of like its own standalone thing. It's like an anthology thing. It's kind of like how Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, because the original idea of Halloween was supposed to be an anthology. Michael Myers was supposed to be like just a standalone thing, and then they just changed it.
Like it was supposed to be a standalone thing in one movie?
2.
Oh.
It was Halloween and then Halloween 2.
And then everybody loved Michael Myers, I'm guessing?
Yeah. Because Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, like, everybody was like, where's Michael Myers?
What the fuck? This isn't Michael Myers?
Yeah. Sorry, that...
Even though, granted, like, when it says Season of the Witch, was there a witch in it?
No.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What was it about?
It was about these people taking over, like, other people's minds using Halloween masks.
What? Sounds like more of a cult thing.
It was a cult thing.
Why? Was there anything witch-like? I mean, I guess you kind of like a... I don't...
Wait, I don't like that movie.
Oh.
Like, it's boring.
You're making me think of bad memories. Fucking... Speaking of bad memories, though, let's get back to this movie. I don't mean it. I don't mean it is. You know, that sounds crazy. I meant because this movie was probably a bad memory to them.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, that sounded crazy. I actually like this movie. I'm gonna put this out there, but I know I made that sound crazy. But yeah, Veronica came back from London. Because I guess I don't even know if she just came back because no, she was living there, right?
I don't know.
I think she was living there. I don't think this was like a trip.
No,
out.
she came back for something because like when she came back, everybody was there. So I think she was like just visiting.
Well, one or the other.
I don't know.
She comes back, and she's like, you know, starting to get a little bit more caught up with everything that's been going on. Which is also so crazy, can I say? Because it's like everything's good, and then I leave, and I come back, and literally everything's fucked.
Right, like I left. My dad's gone. The new house gone. The dog gone. You got arrested.
Yeah.
And like what the fuck?
Like, wait.
I wasn't even gone for that long.
And this is where my notes get scarce, but that's because I think it's just bigger events, I guess. Mm-hmm. So I think I have decent notes for this, but yeah. So Eunice talks to the family, and she lets them know like, hey, we moving. Yeah. We're moving out to us. I hope I'm saying this right. Sao Paulo, maybe. So they move out there, and Eunice is like, yeah, we're going there. We're not doing the building, the house thing. Fuck that. That's for the birds. I'm going to college.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, that's what we're doing. And Eliana, the second oldest, that's the one that got kidnapped earlier, she was not a fan. I don't remember what she did, but I remember she was just like, the fuck.
Yeah, no.
I don't think she did anything crazy other than just like, you know, just like the usual teen being upset about it.
Yeah, she just fair. Like when they were moving, like she was like on the beach, just kind of like taking everything in. And her mom was like, we gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go. And you know, they pack up all their shit and they move out, you know what I'm saying? That final drive away from the house, that shit different. Mm-hmm. That shit is different. From there, we get a little time skip. I say little, but it was like 25 fucking years.
Yeah, it was 25 years.
So I believe the year's 1996. Eunice is a college professor now. Marcelo is like an author. He's like in a wheelchair. I'm trying to think what else happened during this time. I believe this is the time that it's around this is when Eunice gets Ruben's official like death certificate.
Yes.
Because like stuff is like well known in the news now and everything like that. And she finally gets her death certificate, gets Ruben's death certificate, and a bunch of like news people are talking to her. I wish I could remember some of the things that they were saying. The main thing I remember is like one of the news people was talking about like, do you think that the government should really be focusing on times of the past, or should they be focused on only the present? Mm-hmm. And she was like, bruh, what? Like, no, I was wronged in the past. I'd like to get that fixed so it can help my present, basically. And things like that. And I'm trying to think if there was anything else notable before, because we get into another time skip.
Yep.
I'm trying to think if anything else of note happens.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no. We just get another time skip. 2014,
and then another time skip over to 2014. And it's like the whole family. We're having like a little meeting. Not a meeting, like a family gathering.
Yeah.
Yes. Everyone's there. Eunice is battling Alzheimer's. So she's like kind of out of it. These fucking kids. If you guys can hear this on the mic, our apologies. If not, then I guess I'm just schizo posting.
Nah, don't apologize.
I guess that's true.
They're not our kids.
Yeah, we should bring one of them in and just be like, apologize now. But anyways, another time skip to 2014. Eunice is suffering from Alzheimer's, so she's like in a wheelchair and she's just like really out of it. Mm-hmm. She kind of got like that blank, was it like 40-yard stare?
Yeah. And apparently she's been dealing with that for 15 years,
which is insane.
Which is awesome.
It's 2014. That means she was dealing with this she started with this in 1999. Yeah. That's insane.
That's 3 years after her death certificate thing.
Oh man, she didn't even really get to. Whoa!
She didn't she started Alzheimer's. Dang.
And I imagine that's not like a hard start. Like you probably like was feeling that until it like fully set in.
Yeah.
Damn. But yeah, so they're all just kind of like, you can see like the family's healed a little bit. Like, mm-hmm. We've all kind of like felt these things. I thought that there was a very nice scene between Marcelo and I forget what the youngest daughter's name. It was like something with a B. It was a really nice scene that those two had where they basically talked about when did you bury our dad. Mm-hmm. Like in a more like literal sense, like when did you like come to terms with when he was gone?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what Marcelo said. Fuck, I don't remember what Marcelo's answer was.
He said like a year and a half after they moved.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the event was that like that he said set in for him, but I know it was like a year and a half after they moved. And
yeah, so that was Marcelo's reason, or not reason, but that was his answer. And I wish I remember what her name was. It was something with a B. The youngest daughter, like I said. And
it was Beatrix. Her actual name was Beatrix, but they called her something else.
Yeah, okay, so that's what it was then. Because I remember the something else, but I didn't remember. Okay, Beatrix. She answers and she says, like, it was basically like when we moved. Mm-hmm. Like, the moment we moved, like, that's when I was like, oh, he's gone. And it's crazy to think about that because that's when she was, like, still, like, really young.
Yeah.
And
it was the tooth.
No, so that's what I was going off of.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't say, like, straight up that it was the tooth. That's what I think it really was.
That's what I think it was.
Because that's when she got the tooth back. When she was younger, back when they were still, like, celebrating and everything, she had lost a tooth and... what is it?
Her father buried it in the sand, but her father like kept it.
Like kept it actually. He like pocketed it.
Because he was like, all right, so like only we know where this is buried. Yeah. So if like something, I give this back to you or something like that.
Yeah. And when she got like she said it was like when they moved, but I think it's because when they moved, that's also when she got the tooth back.
Mm-hmm. Her mom.
Yeah, her
mom found the tooth in a box,
mm-hmm.
and like kept it. And when they moved, she gave it to the daughter. She gave it to Beatrix, mm-hmm. and Beatrix was like, "Only Dad knew where this was buried," and she was like, "I know stuff too. I know secrets."
Yeah. And she was like, "Yeah, all right." And yeah, I thought that was a really, really nice little touching scene when they were talking about that. But yeah, they're all outside having a nice time outside the family, except for Eunice, who's like
watching
just kind of
news.
Yeah, watching the news, just kind of looking at the news really, until they mentioned something about Rubens on the news.
Yeah, they mentioned a bunch of the prison, like they mentioned a bunch of the victims. But they said that his body was never found.
Yeah. And they showed a picture of him on the screen for like a quick second.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like what makes Eunice like actually like
kind
react.
of prop up.
Yeah, she like props up and she's like she looks like she goes to say something, but like she can't form the words. She's kind of like takes a deep breath in.
She has a little bit of a smile.
Yeah. And like, you know, they kind of, that's like her little moment. And they just kind of wheel her back out into the backyard that they were in. They take one final family picture. You know what I'm saying? And that's the movie.
And that is the movie.
That is I'm Still Here.
And one thing that we can both say is they showed pictures of the actual family.
Yeah.
The casting for the father,
that shit was smack on.
Was so good.
It was really good. They found somebody who looked just like that, man.
It's just like for someone who's in the movie for only a little bit, like maybe like what, 20% of the movie? Mm-hmm. He looked just like him.
Yeah.
Just like him. Crazy work.
Smack on with him.
Crazy work.
They also had some at the end of the movie they had what was it, like, this is what's happened since the events of this movie. I wish I could remember. I wish I wrote some of those goddamn points down. I remember it was shit, I don't remember actually. I'm trying to remember. But it was some nice points that I wish I could remember. If not, I would say watch the movie, but it's a big commitment. But I thought it was a good movie. But just to sum it up, here's my final thoughts on it. I enjoyed seeing. I thought that the effects that this big moment had on the family were well done. For something like I said, with the whole like, when did you bury him, and things like that. I really liked that scene. I thought the movie had good music. It had some really good music.
The music was good.
Yeah, had me bobbing my head at certain points.
Music was good.
I would definitely be down to rewatch this one. Just because I feel like I didn't absorb as much information as I wanted to out of it, because I was taking notes, so I'd be down to watch it and just be able to enjoy it. I said that some of it, like I mentioned before, it was a little hard to follow, and I guess that there just wasn't a whole lot to mention. I think they just hit on the bigger points, but I wish that there was a little bit more that we got out of those like later time skips.
Absolutely.
Because like, yeah, it felt like we were just there for like a second.
Yeah, I wish we got more of the healing process.
Yeah. Because, like, it was literally just, like, happy family. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, hell, I would have even liked to hear when did the other kids, like, you know, mentally bury their father.
Yeah.
I mean, even if, I guess you can't do that because that's probably not a conversation that they actually had. And you don't want to, you know,
that's fair.
Dive that far out. And that's why it's, like, it's a weird line that you have to cross when it comes to these movies. So, I guess that is also a thing, but still, just seeing like a little bit more of like how the family healed over time and things like that would have been nice. Those are my main takeaways from this one here.
No, we basically have the same thing. It's one of those where I kind of feel like it's quote unquote Oscar worthy because it's a true story, because of that, and there were a lot of stylized scenes with the camera, with the 70s camera. I don't know if you remember those.
Yeah, I believe that was from Veroka.
Yeah, she was recording. She would record stuff. Like just like they would be out on drive and she would record it, and they would show those scenes, which were very nice. Yeah, I felt like it was one of those where it was like, it's based on a true story, so Oscar, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked it though. I'd be down to watch it again.
Yeah. I do think this was definitely because, like you said, based on a true story, and also because like, and this is why I wish I could remember some of the things where it was like, this is where the family are now. Because like when you read some of those, it was like, that's probably why a little bit more why it was like an Oscar nom. Because like someone was just like, damn.
Yeah, like the mother was like working with the government and stuff like that, and it's like, oh well, I know why this story was told then.
Yeah.
Like you helped.
You helped. But yeah, I think I enjoyed that one overall. Did you want to give your rating first since I gave mine the first time?
Nah, you didn't give it first. I don't really care.
Oh, okay. I'm kind of stuck with this one because my original score, I ain't gonna lie, my personal score was 8.
Okay.
But I feel like that might be a little bit too high. I might go like 7.5. But I think I might stick with where I'm at, actually. I think, I'm gonna stand on 8 out of 10. I enjoyed this one.
would
watch again.
I liked it. I would watch it again. But I was lost through a lot of it.
True.
My experience with it was not. It wasn't a super good first experience because we had to review it and things like that. If we watch it again, I might change my score. I don't know. But for right now, 6.5.
Damn, got you. So that brings the Chrishmolish score to a where the fuck?
What, 7.5?
Is that 7.5? Wait,
because it'll be 14.5.
14.5.
Yeah.
Oh.
Out of 20. So then.
Yeah, I guess so if you round up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still here. 7.5 out of 10. Chrishmolish score.
It's crazy. That's just what I would have given it before.
Yep.
And that's I'm still here, baby. Enjoyed that one. So that means we only have 2 left on our list, correct?
That is true.
Goddamn. We got the brutal length of the brutalist.
Oh my god.
And we have the winner chicken dinner, Anora.
Man.
And I swear to God, Anora. I mean, your main competition right now really is...
The main competition is The Substance and Conclave.
Yeah. With a close runner-up, in my opinion, being I'm Still Here. Me personally. But yeah, your main competition is the substance in Conclave.
Wow, that's interesting. We got a top 3 on our hands.
Yes, we do. What if Anora's ass?
I hope it's not.
I can't, like,
I really hope it's not.
what is it about?
I know that it has something to do with sex work.
Because I ain't gonna lie, while it is cool that I've been going into these completely blind, I'm kind of sick of it also. Not knowing at all what these movies are.
Yeah, information is power, baby.
Because, nigga, I swore, I don't know why, but everything in my mind, I thought I'm Still Here was going to be a horror movie. I don't know why.
What? Bro, you know Oscars don't like horror movies.
I know, and that's why I was like, okay, let's see what this is. And then when it started, I was like, when we read the description, I was like, oh.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was going to be about either. I didn't think it was going to be a true story, though.
Yeah, both of them.
Both of them.
Both of
them. Well, Nickel Boys, I kind of figured. I kind of figured that it was going to be based on a true story. I was like, Black Boys, it's...
Black Boys.
You know what I mean?
They ain't telling no lies.
Black Boys tell no lies.
Shit, I believe it. That's true. I'm just because I didn't know anything about Nickel Boys besides PLV. Mm-hmm. And even then when we first originally watched it, I forgot about it. Yeah. So when it started, I was like, okay, this is cool. When are we going to get back to the regular thing? And then we just never did. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you thought it was going to... You didn't think it was going to be the whole movie?
Yeah, I didn't until it was.
That's funny.
I didn't know it was going to be the whole movie until, until an hour, 20 minutes later.
An hour 20? Oh, my God.
I'm just kidding. But yeah. Oh. But yeah, that's what you got to look forward to next time. You dirty animals, you.
And honestly, I think we should do The Brutalist by itself. and then do Anora and then our final thoughts on everything.
So The Brutalist gets a whole podcast to itself?
It's the longest one.
I feel like that's exactly why it should. We shouldn't promote these things.
Plus, Adrian Brody won the Oscar for best actor for that one. So
we shouldn't promote these things. We all know they want their sweet Chrishmolish time, and we can't let them have it like this.
We can't let them have the Chrishmolish time. How long is Anora actually?
17 years.
Wow.
You sit down, you watch, and that. By God, hope for the best.
God, it's 2 hours and 19 minutes.
Honestly, that's fine.
It is.
That's literally just movie length at this point. That's longer than I'm Still Here and shorter than Nickel Boys.
Okay.
So,
how do you have a Oscar for Best Picture with a 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb.
Because it's IMDb. That's where everybody thinks they know shit.
No,
wait, that's not.
No, Rotten Tomatoes is where everybody thinks they know shit.
Really?
Yeah. Rotten Tomatoes don't know shit.
Rotten Tomatoes don't know shit. What was the Rotten Tomatoes score for Nora?
93%.
Yeah.
Metacritic gets 91.
Yeah. So the IMDb nigga's different.
Whoa. You see that?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Was that the Google rating?
I think so. 2.6.
Shit. I don't trust Google ratings. Literally, sometimes those ratings could be like, my movie didn't work, 1 out of 10. So, I don't know if you can trust that.
The Meaning of Honora.
Wait, no spoilers.
You're right. Sorry.
All right, we'll spoil Honora for you properly next time.
That means Honora gets its own podcast too, because then it's Honora and the final ratings.
Yeah.
So Honora gets the biggest podcast, in my opinion.
I mean, we'll see how the Brutalist goes. We might be talking about that shit for a minute.
I hope not.
I hope not too.
I really hope not.
But until then, that we'll see you guys in the next episode. We've been Chrishmolish. You've all been a great audience, except for you, Rupert. You got lock in.
Rupert, bro. I don't know, man. Like you've been slacking, dude.
You really have. I saw you on your phone a couple times. Like, what the fuck is up with that?
It's crazy because we're on your phone, like
right. Like, come on.
Like
really, bro? We that brainlit these days,
man. Like, comment, subscribe. Rupert. Nah. I don't know, man.
Nah.
I don't know, man. You gotta buck up. Bitch.